The final feature in this application that we want to implement is this search bar at the bottom of the articles page. What we want is for this search bar to filter the articles being displayed in this list. For example, if I were to type in objects, I'd only want to see articles with the word objects in the title. You'll notice that this search bar is set up to insert query parameters into our URL. In this case, we're inserting a query parameter called title, whose value equals the term that we've entered in this search bar. Let's navigate over to the articles component where this search bar is implemented. Currently, this articles component isn't taking into account these query parameters in order to determine which articles will be shown and which will not. Pause the video here and use the use location hook from React Router to implement this feature before continuing on. In order to use the use location hook, we're first going to need to import it from React Router DOM. Here, I'll add it to this link that's being imported already. Next, inside the articles component, I can call useLocation, which returns an object containing a search value. We can use destructuring syntax to grab that search value in its own variable, like so. Recall that this search value will contain a string pertaining to the query parameters present in the URL. You can confirm this by console.logging its value. I'll open up my console and re-enter this page here. As you can see, we're printing out the search query title equals objects. Now we want to know what this object's value is. And rather than parsing it by hand, we can instead use the new URL search params constructor to do this for us. Here, I'll create a variable called query params, which will hold the value returned by calling new URL search params, passing in that search value as an argument. Now this query params value is an object that has a getter method. We want to use that getter method to extract the value of this title query parameter. And all we have to do is call queryparams.get followed by the name of the parameter title. Here we have this variable that we want to replace with that value. So queryparams.get title. Now when we save our code, this title value, before it used to be an empty string, now it's going to be the value objects. We're using that value then to determine whether or not we are going to filter the articles. And then we pass this value to the filter articles function, which will then filter down the articles and only display the ones that contain that search parameter. In this case, we can already see that with the title equals objects, only the objects article is being shown. We can return here and just start entering a single character like A, and these are all of the titles that have an A in them.